What's happening?
Hey, hey, hey.
Fuck this. That scared me a minute, T.
I was wondering what was happening. I'm saying, wait a minute, where's everybody at?
Well, your camera was off, and then when I popped it up, there's half your. I was like, oh shit. He
Yeah,
wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
I had to take a quick sip of water, and I figured I don't want to come in here and scare people in my face.
Yeah, well, there is that. Oh, look at all these wonderful people waiting on us.
Yep.
Yeah. So, good evening, everybody. Good evening. We're going to start out talking about the hurricane, Hurricane Ian, um, and the possibilities of where it may land or what could potentially happen. As of right now, the path that it's going on, it looks like it's going to just pretty much make contact directly on in Tampa, Florida, Tampa Bay.
Mm,
We're talking several inches of rain, and they're talking what 5 to 7 foot sea surges in Tampa
yeah,
Bay.
yeah.
So, just to let everybody know, Tampa is not far above sea level as it is.
Nope.
Pretty much almost equivalent. So, any surge is going to be pretty much catastrophic. They'll have major flooding there. Then, of course, it's going to move up. I know y'all watch the news, but I'm just doing a recap here. Of course, it's going to move on up the panhandle of Florida and up into Georgia, South Kakalaki, North Carolina, and so forth. Now, just an update a few minutes ago, it's showing that it may possibly turn south. Um, there's benefits and losses to that. If it does happen to make a hard right south, that would be in direct effect of the Keys and lower Florida. But that would also allow it to move back out to sea, and then the remainder of the state and Georgia and South Carolina would only catch, if any, the left side of the hurricane. And those of you that may have never kind of looked into hurricanes, the right side is the strong side, left side is the pickup side. So that's kind of where you want to be at
Yep.
in the event you have to go through a hurricane. Um, but with all that being said, the Savannah area is kind of overdue for one. I mean, that's a sad thing to say, but with all the weird weather we've been having over the past couple years, I wouldn't be surprised if it continues on the path that it's on, because we're not getting that crosswind push like we used to get.
Yeah.
Hence the blizzard in Texas and so on and so forth, right? So yeah, the weather's been a little weird.
Well,
But go ahead.
no. I was going to say, if you think about it, this is the first real hurricane we've had this season.
Correct. This is
It's
late. That's going to be a thumper.
yep.
So it could possibly move into the Cat 4 category before it makes landfall.
Yeah, that will be catastrophic in itself.
Yeah.
That's nothing to play with.
That's what, north of 125-mile-an-hour winds.
Cat 4 is 150, isn't it?
I think I would have to look it up, but I mean, I don't know if any of you's ever been involved with 100+ winds, but it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all, especially if you live in a wooded area. Pecans and pecan trees in particular, they can't handle it.
Nope.
That's a surface root tree. So if you want to know how far the roots go out on a pecan tree, the furthest distance of the limbs is how far the roots go out. Now, pine tree is a tap root system, which it goes half the distance of the height of the tree straight down. So a pecan tree is very, very apt to lose limbs or lose root altogether, which could be
Pines
costly.
are good too.
Yeah, pines will snap. They'll snap right off.
Mm-hmm.
That tap root is very, very soft in a pine tree. That's why some of y'all may know what fat lighter is. I don't know if Chica's gonna know what fat lighter is out there in her area, but so fat lighter is the sapling root of a pine tree after it has sat there for several years.
Okay.
And that's the soft point of the tree, so that's usually where it snaps off at. But anyway, enough about trees. That shows how much of a nerd I am. But let's see what we got here. Temple. All right, so what we're going to talk about is preparation. The thing is, if people are prepping now, it's too
Good
late.
luck.
Yeah, I mean, Palmetto made a statement last week. It wasn't on this topic, but she made the statement that you need to be ready, not get ready.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
The thing is, you need to have generators, fuel on hand, water on hand, bread and necessities, simple things. And it's something that gets overlooked a lot. You need to have some sort of kindling, wood, charcoal, whatever the case may be. Because propane doesn't last. I know the last hurricane we had here, and it wasn't even a direct hit, and it put the power out for like 4 days. So, I mean, it could be pretty bad. The thing is, hurricanes get to try the other chat to you.
Yeah. Too many screens. Sorry. Shit happens.
But, I mean, you could be looking at cell phone towers going down, not blowing them over per se, but damage to the electrical systems. And that in itself could be turmoil, right? And then you've got hospitals, power outages, stuff like that. People can't get to the hospitals to help people that need it. I don't know. It could be pretty wild. Some of your areas, it's going to probably get pretty hectic. Looting always occurs during these events.
Uh-huh.
It happens. You're going to have a bunch of pink-haired fanny packs running around, trying to get a couple of vape pens and shit before the storm crashes, But
That and the Greek yogurt.
look at that. Chica knows what I'm talking about. How about that? I am a plethora of useless information. Yeah. I read a lot of Cheerio boxes when I was younger.
Hey, at least you can read. That's a step up.
Well, hey. It took me as long to read one paragraph as it did to eat a bowl of cereal, so that's not very good.
Well, that's because you're watching cartoons at the same time.
Man, I couldn't watch cartoons nowadays.
No. I know. It's not the same quality, buddy.
Oh, got to stop. Let's get back on track. We're going to try to hold on to the cause for a little bit, y'all. But, so let's talk about preparation. Fuel, make sure you got it. There's several different ways to store it. Proper storage is in a well-ventilated area. Do not store it inside your house, please.
No.
Please do not do that. If you're running, people get a misconception that propane heaters do not put off carbon monoxide. That is not true. Completely not true. When they had that freeze storm go through Texas, a lot of people perished due to not knowing that fact. It sounds good to have that burning in your house or your gas stove or whatever, and then you're like, well, I ain't gonna crack a window because it's gonna let the heat out. Look, it's better to maintain a livable temperature rather than a comfortable temperature, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So a lot of people get a misconception that kerosene heaters, stuff like that, very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. So use them at will, as needed is what I would say. But
yeah.
Anyway, luckily, and we're not going to need any heaters, I don't think, per se. But what I'm saying is if you're using them for cooking wise, whatever the case may be, you got these things and you're in there cooking a 4-course meal, all the trimmings and everything, you got that stove running for a while, you could be putting yourself at risk. I would advise that if it's not raining or the storm has already moved past, if you can cook outside, that would be the preferred method. Just like frying turkeys, right? You don't want to do that in your house because the probability of a fire is like 9 out of 10.
Yeah, you're gonna burn some shit down.
Yeah. So, uh, what else? Water. If you've got filtration systems right now, or you've got ways to store it, it's worth it going out to. You can go to your local Harbor Freight or anywhere. I mean, it doesn't have to be per se the actual water jug. You can get whatever you can and put water in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people go for those blue jugs. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, a gas can that has not been used is perfectly fine.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
grab whatever you can. Grab whatever you can. And toilet paper. Toilet paper is a necessity.
Oh yeah, it is. Got to get the toilet paper.
Yeah, I kind of need that.
Yeah,
Unless you got a book of federal tax code, you can use it.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
pine needles suck, man.
You use pine needles? I thought you used the cones.
Well, cones are all right too, but they kind of itchy.
Oh, damn.
Itching and burning. Itching and burning.
Just damn.
Well,
I got some
you
corn
know,
cobs.
oh gosh.
Oh Lord.
You could get those ones that Stacey Abrams had, you know, they'd be ribbed for pleasure. I mean,
Oh, damn. Mm.
What they say about corn, it's not goodbye, it's I'll see you later.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that was the Native Americans' way of getting even with the Pilgrims.
That's right.
Whew.
Popcorn was a falsifying supplement anyway.
True.
I mean, they turned a handful of corn this big into a meal this big, you know. I mean,
Yep,
it's false advertisement,
that's it.
but it worked.
Furry
people?
people. What the hell are furry people?
Oh, furries.
Oh, yeah, we know what furries are. You know, that's the people that's got the the aptitude to wear, like, you know, rabbit ears and shit
Oh,
like that.
are we talking about the ones that dressed up like animals and shit? And they,
Yeah. You know, that used to be cool when you were posing for Hugh Hefner, but now not so much. Okay,
You're right.
not so much. Just saying.
damn.
Oh yeah. You could probably get that at your local Walmart right next to the stool babies.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, they're gonna have their own alphabet aisle eventually.
Will it have a rainbow
A little pride on it.
signage for the aisle number?
Man,
You know,
I am so angry about the rainbow situation. I have a strong core hatred for that. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, you sing into the choir.
Not the people that are using it, but the purpose of it.
Oh yeah, the appropriation of the rainbow itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Remember what the rainbow originally signified? It was just,
a promise.
yeah. I mean, it was something positive. It was happy. And now it's just all convoluted and jacked up.
Yeah. Now you see it. Well, I don't know if let me get the fuck away from there.
Mm-hmm. I know we're kind of off in the weeds, but I saw a really funny, brief video today that I about fell out my chair laughing. Some chick in a Walmart in line in front of a guy, a cat litter box. Really? Really? How's that work? I mean, do they squat over it and do their business, or how? I mean,
Oh, people.
all right. So getting back to this libtard losing their mind. It's self checkout in a Walmart, and dude's there getting some stuff or something. Woman's at the front. She broke in front of him, and when he said I'm already in line, She loses her shit, starts screaming at the top of her lungs and saying he needs to get away from her. She's tired of men touching her, all this other horse shit. Just losing her shit. And all these Walmart people are there. She's done picked up this guy's shit and thrown it around the damn checkout line. And all the Walmart people are saying, can you just move? Can you just, it's like, you want me to move? Me to go to another register? And she just like this, just losing her shit coming unglued. And it's just,
I saw that actually too.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I saw that today.
Now you got to ask yourself, how would you have handled that situation?
Well,
because I wouldn't have been moving.
I'd be handing out medical bills.
Yeah, Walmart would have had some issues trying to move me out of my damn line where I was waiting, and this unhinged mocha drinking dipshit thought she was going to lose her shit on me. No, not happening. I'm gonna make the news. I don't have to get physical, nobody, but
I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I'm already irritable when I go into a Walmart anyway.
that's what I'm saying. You're already on edge because you don't want to fucking be there, right?
I mean, Walmart's got its ups and downs. You know, I mean, they got everything you need there for the most part. Plus, it's free admission to a zoo. And, you know, but the downside is you have to deal with morons the entire time.
Yeah. It's like everybody
it's not like a real zoo. A real zoo, you know, the animals are there and they're at a far distance and in a cage. This zoo, they can fucking talk to you.
Well, it's like when you go into Walmart, everybody you come in contact with, you feel like is either somebody who couldn't get a job at Waffle House or they happily collect a government check monthly for not working. It's one or the other. I'm not knocking people who actually get a check, you know, legitimately, but it's just the caliber of people up in there, at least at mine. All right. I'm not saying all of them necessarily that way. Mine. And Sax, man, you can vouch for me. Yeah, no.
Oh, believe me, they go through the same job application hub for all of us. I promise you that. Yeah. So with that being said, if you need supplies, run on down to your local Walmart and wait in line for one register that's got the slowest fucking cashier at it that can't count pennies.
Oh, if you give them cash, you're screwed, dude. They're gonna have to call like a front end manager and probably one of the people from the money center to help them count it because it's like when you got to drop something from a row of ants and you don't know where to go.
Yeah, and then you waited in line for 30 minutes, right, with 40 other people. And then you get your second in line and they flip the fucking light off. Register's closed. I got to go on my break.
But, you know, 20 years ago, we were talking about this exact thing, that whole cashless society thing. That hadn't been brought up a whole lot since then. But, yeah, I can sure remember that, especially during the Clinton regime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a big thing.
Well, I thought you were talking about prohibition.
Prohibition? Oh, Lord. We just traded in moonshine.
Well,
maybe.
Yeah, Mama D, I know they've got y'all all self-checkout up where you're at, which would drive me batshit crazy.
Well, we're like that too, but there'll be like one register up in which is the 20 or less aisle, but everybody brings a whole fucking buggy in there.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the one with the short roller on it. So they only put 5 or 6 items on there at a time, so their buggy is still full while all the shit's bagged already.
Well, my argument about Walmart and anywhere else is I understand why they're doing it. And yes, it's for profit, but because of people like California who are going to make the minimum wage like $850 an hour and make it where you can't have an entry-level job, they're just going to automate everything. It's either going to be self-checkout or stupid kiosks like at McDonald's where you key in your shit and they go stand like a damn cattle waiting to be fed just sitting there like a zombie waiting for them to hand you your food. That's what they're doing. They're doing that to offset that extra expense that happens. And it's dumb. If I don't want human interaction, why the fuck am I standing in a Walmart? That's the whole point of going in a store, to have human interaction. If I don't want human interaction, I can sit at the house and order the shit on Amazon or whoever the hell else and have them bring it to me. I'm there because of the human interaction. Period.
Oh, so speaking of, mindless zombies and, being good consumers, did any of y'all get a chance to listen to Meloni, Italy's new prime minister?
I heard part of it. That's some good stuff.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, I read it because I don't speak Italian, but that lady's got it going on.
Yeah, I mean, she's balls to the wall on them how it is, and they're trying to say that's extreme. I forget what they called. They were comparing her to what, Stalin?
No, well, they're
not Stalin.
Mussolini,
right?
But yeah, basically saying that if you love God, country, and your borders, then that's fascist. Yeah.
Apparently, Italy doesn't think so. So,
just the United States and most of Europe.
Well, Europe's drank too much Kool-Aid. The UK, there's still a little bit of hope, but I mean, they're kind of jacked up too. So
I think if you let the Germans, nah, you wouldn't want to go maybe as far down as they have historically, but the Germans are getting kind of fed up with their situations.
Yeah, they are. But again, we shall see. Because Germany seized a bunch of those refineries, right? The Russian refineries. I haven't heard anything else about that. That's swept under the rug. So we'll see how that all bounces. We got way off in the weeds. I can't even see the highway.
Italian hurricane, man.
I
A
told you
spaghetti
before I even hit the live button. I told you.
Yeah, this is true. Well, we talk about being prepared and stuff. Another angle people need to think about too. I don't know how many people remember the whole Katrina debacle.
God.
Katrina was just horrible. You had a city which already set below sea level, which you want to thank the French for coming up with that plan, because it was ultimately a French colony, I think, at some point. But of course, the law enforcement couldn't handle it when everything went to shit. It took forever for George W. to get damn personnel there, and FEMA's useless. Then you had people, the thugs or whoever, shooting at the first responders and shooting at the National Guard. And because you've got such jacked up rules of engagement, it was just a fiasco, and there were bodies laying everywhere. I mean, it was horrible. It truly was. I'll never forget some of the stuff I saw on Fox, because I refused to watch Communist News Network. But the other thing I think about too, there was one scene where it was showing a neighborhood that was underwater. Well, the houses weren't underwater, but everything else. And they had a pool, an above ground pool. I'll never forget this. And the people they stayed in their house. They weren't going to, evacuate. They stayed in their house, protect their property, and they were swimming in the pool and waving at the helicopters that flew over. And either the National Guard or the state police or somebody came in there, removed all of them from their house, and seized all their weapons.
Wow.
Now,
That'll teach them to hang out at
Well,
their own
but
house.
see that's where I've got a problem. When you have these emergency evacuations and stuff, if the person, to me, if they choose to stay, good, bad, or indifferent, that's their prerogative. Okay. I think you're violating all kinds of rights when you're going up in there brown shirting them trying to be a stormtrooper and snatch them out of their home and snatching their ability to self and seizing their weapons, which they'll never see again. And then they come back 3 months later, their shit's either wiped out, been looted, burnt down, whatever, where if they had stayed there, they might have been able to stop that.
Well, and T, you know what I'm about to do.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm about to do. So anybody that's ever worked in recovery or anything like that, so there's a double-edged sword to that situation. So number one, you're right. Yeah, people have the right to protect their place and so on and so forth. But when they do that, they need to also understand that they do not have the right to rescuing services. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
a lot of things that got ran into in Katrina, there was a lot of service people that actually died in that situation. And why did they perish? Because they were having to go save some people that should have left.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Because if you leave, your stuff's going to probably get destroyed, whether you're there or not. But what's to determine whether it's going to be looters or whatever. But on the other hand, some people can't leave. Some people don't have the ability to leave. You know, some people just, they don't have the means to fill up a car with fuel, especially nowadays prices, and haul ass for 10 hours of driving to be able to get out of something.
Right.
So it's kind of a, it's a weird situation. You just kind of have to play it case by case. But as far as the weapons, yeah, I mean, I don't understand that. I mean, there's no point in that at all.
No. I mean, but here's the thing. I agree with you. If you decide to say, it's just like James here was saying, DeSantis told everybody that if they choose to stay, you know, they're on their own. Okay. Granted, that's a fair assessment. If you
they
choose,
say that. He says that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I know, but I'm saying if you choose, let's say Katrina, we use that as an example. If they choose to stay there, then that's their option. But they need to understand, you know, first responders, they're going to be dealing with other situations. Don't be trying to contact us to come us out because you chose to ignore the call. It's one thing if you're trapped there, you know, whether you're in a retirement home or some shit like that. I mean, I heard a lot of bad things about, like, you know, senior care homes and things like that, and hospitals and shit. When that stuff rolled through, it was just a nightmare. Not to mention the damn Astrodome. That was was the Astrodome, whatever stadium it was.
It was, and it was packed with people. It was a cesspool.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, the whole thing was just horrible, and it just goes to show all the shortfalls our emergency response has, from local all the way up to federal. And it was just full of them.
Right. Well, you've got two aspects in a hurricane. First one is safeguarding as many people as you can, right? Up front, right, on the front half. And we mentioned this earlier. A lot of states don't even have a plan in place. You know? And I mean, it's crazy because we'll take New Orleans, for example, right? They've had the most hurricanes in U.S. history, the most, but they still have yet to come up with a plan. But on the other hand, what is there to do? I mean, if you choose to live there, you choose to be in a hurricane-ridden area.
Yep.
So live in a bowl, you get to.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, I mean, you know, again,
front, you've got that's supposed to be in place, right? That's what tax dollars go for, is to have some sort of emergency plan, right? Then afterwards, it's just recovery and cleanup. I mean, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's it.
But like I mean, I know DeSantis said that, if you stay, you're on your own, but that's not really the case, guys. He can't control the Coast Guard and all that. Sorry,
No.
you can't do that. And they're gonna come in as soon as that storm passes. They are in there, and that's part of the job. And you're gonna have fire and rescue, same thing. It's all gonna be happening. They're gonna call linemen in from everywhere, and just a whole heap of stuff. So. Yep. I mean, it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation, but all we can do is hope for the best. I mean, there's a lot of people going to be in the path of this storm, particularly.
Yeah.
It's not going to make a solid landfall. It's going to cover the whole state of Florida during its whole travel path.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about the edge. Yeah, we're not talking about the edge of it hitting. Mm-hmm. We're talking about the whole storm will be at landfall.
Yeah.
So,
something else you got to think about too. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
We've had hurricanes in the past. We'll diagonally go across Florida, go up through Florida, and then they'll jump over into the Atlantic and re-energize, go up the East Coast, just trash it. That could happen too. I mean, hopefully it'll stop in DC. That's what I'm shooting for.
Just hang over DC for a while, clean it up.
I mean, case scenario, maybe we'll wash some of the riffraff out of the Capitol. Just saying.
Well, if you get your vaccine, it'll protect you from hurricanes.
I'm sure Fauci will be on TV before the end of the week saying that.
Y'all remember the social distance.
Just damn.
While you're floating.
Where you at?
Don't get me started. So, but another thing I saw, I think Mama D shared this earlier. Another thing you can have too, if you're going to be somewhere that is going to be in the path of this, and you risk running out of power and whatnot. And let's say you don't have a generator, or you don't want to burn candles or whatever. She made a good idea about, go to Walmart, get you a bunch of them cheap lawn lights that are solar. Give them for like $1, $2. Get you a bunch of them, send them out, let them charge. And you would have those when the power goes out. You can use them. They'll burn for hours. I mean, I know it's not ideal, but it's something that's safe. It's not going to catch your house on fire, and, it's renewable. Just a thought. There's all kinds of things you can do to kind of prepare.
And they're cheap.
You don't think of. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and, I think that was actually a really good idea. I would have never, thought about it, but it's great. So, and always have stuff, that either you don't have to heat up in case you don't have a way to cook it, or, I'd said earlier something about if you got some propane, you got a grill, you can always grill out if the weather's permitting you to. Same thing be said if you got a bag of charcoal, an old charcoal grill, go out there on your patio or in your yard or driveway or whatever, and you can, you can at least cook on that if you got to. If you don't, or if you got a camp stove, there's all kinds of things you can get to use. Excuse me. If you don't have access to electricity, or you don't feel comfortable using your gas range, if you have one of those, I mean, there's a lot of options out there. You don't have to starve. And you can achieve, getting some food to hold out for a few days until you can figure out how to get the hell out where you're at, or until they get things put back in order, just depending on where you're at in your situation. I'll go a step further. I don't remember how many of you remember that big tornado that went over central United States, Midwest, back. Oh, I guess it's been 10 years ago or whatever. It trashed everything. I can't remember the area it was. Ohio, Illinois, somewhere. Hell, maybe Kansas. I don't know. It was somewhere.
Kansas, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'll never forget, it leveled everything. There was how thing left standing was their Liberty safe that was bolted to the floor. But I was reading an article by this one guy, and he was saying that he was patrolling the streets, trying to watch out for looters. And sheriff's deputy rolled up to him and said, "You got ammo in that?" And he was carrying an AK or an AR or something. And he said, "No, I'm not. I ain't got loaded." And he said, "You better load it, because after today, you're the security. They're pulling me out." So something you got to kind of think about in the back end. I mean, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but you got to think of all the different aspects. If you're still at your house, you know, and you're trying to wait for insurance to get to you or whatever because you got damage, etc., you're going to have looters. You're going to have people out there trying to tell you, "Hey, we're a contractor. We can do this or do that." And they're either trying to steal you blind, rob you, get you to sign, you know, pay them money. You always got, you know, bad players when shit like this happens. You got people trying to take advantage of bad situations. And in those positions, you kind of need to be thinking of that too, because if you're there, you're trying to protect your belongings, what's left that didn't get washed away, set fire to next county. You may need to think about that aspect too. So just think about it. I'll shut up.
No, you're good.
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, that's all realization of what could go down, you know. I mean,
yeah.
And that's
I mean, it's bad when
you have business running around, you know.
it's bad when the law enforcement pulls up to you and asks you if you're loaded and tells you you need to be. I mean, what do you say to that? So, but yeah, I always think back to that. That was a pretty amazing article. So, but yeah. Another thing too, you might want to think about. We all know if you live somewhere that's got a lot of trees, you're apt to have a lot of wind damage. You might want to have some tarps on hand, because if you lose half your roof, and I mean, we all enjoy sunshine, but you might not enjoy everything outside getting inside on what you got left. If you got some tarps, you can at least kind of try to jerry rig something until insurance gets there, or you can get lumber or whatever you got to do to kind of shore up the roof. An ounce of prevention, guys. That's all I'm saying. Tarps aren't that expensive. Then I'm not talking about you got to get high end stuff. Just to have something available. You know, something to think about. So,
Absolutely, like we said, need to be ready, not get ready.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, anything can happen. I mean, like here, we're expected to get, you know, wind 2 days in advance.
Yeah,
they're talking, you know, 50-mile-an-hour winds. So the damage could be done prior to the storm even getting here. So, I mean, there's things you got to watch out for, and trees are not your friend. Yeah, they provide nice shade and everything for the summertime and all that good stuff, but they will destroy a roof or a house.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that right there.
Yep, he's right. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point.
Always check your insurance.
Yep.
It's a sad, sad day whenever you get a quote for a $10,000 roof repair, and then you call your insurance and they say, "Oh, no, you hadn't paid that in 6 months, so you're on your own."
Yep. And insurance, they build their policies with loopholes. At least most of them do.
Well, yeah, that's their job, is to make sure that you pay and they don't pay.
Mm-hmm. It's a racket.
It really is. That's what their job is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're ready to file a claim, you know. They run you every which way to Sunday trying to find a way to keep from having to pay a check to you. Or lowball you, one or the other. Make you get 15 different quotes on the third Sunday of the 8th month. You know I'm right, Vanguard.
No, you're right. You're right.
You know,
and then by the time you get it all situated, everything in your house is ruined.
And then they don't want to pay for none of that. Or no, they want to pay for it, but they want to, what is it called when they only pay a percentage of it? They, what's the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm talking about.
Prorate.
Yep, they want to prorate it. Say, well, you bought this in 1953, and no, I don't care when I bought it. There was nothing wrong with it till you shitheads didn't get in here and do what you needed to do. So it is what it is. I need today's cost to replace said item.
No, I mean, it's like life insurance. The older you get, the less the payout is, or the more it costs to continue that payout.
Oh, yeah, they're going to get their money on the front and back end of that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're absolutely right, brother.
That's like people that don't get gap insurance.
Yeah.
Look, get gap insurance. I'm telling you. Because as soon as they printed a title out for your vehicle, you just lost 25% of its value.
Mm-hmm.
So your insurance won't cover it if you crash it on the first day you own it.
Nope.
There you go.
You're right.
Financial reasoning. Y'all can take that to the bank.
Sax man, you're being awfully quiet.
I'm just listening to all the knowledge that's coming out here.
Well, I'm sure you got some knowledge to throw our way now. Don't let us hog all the spotlight.
Oh, you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
He's sad because Palmetto's not on here with him.
I know. I got nobody to nobody to pester.
Oh, she'll be back. She's not a one-hit wonder, I don't think.
She's waiting on another stool baby night.
Oh, damn. Just damn.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, there was something else about the storm I was going to does anybody remember when they had a hurricane? And this was another one that came across across Georgia, or maybe it went up. Maybe it just went straight up the East Coast, but it hit Charleston or somewhere.
How long
took
ago
out
was that?
Oh, so you're going to make me show my age. I'm going to say it's been 25 years ago.
It was Hugo.
It might have been Hugo. Whatever it was, I'll never forget. It took out a radio tower and dropped it across. I don't remember if it was a subdivision or something. It dropped a radio tower, and that was something. I'll never forget. They had some footage before that happened. Somebody was like a convenience store, and I don't remember if they were trying to come into it or open it. But those glass doors. It snatched that glass door and swung that thing all the way around. I thought I was going to bust it because of the wind. It was just shaking everything. And that same area is where that tower fell. I mean, you don't think it's going to be that bad until you're in it, and that's some scary shit. I've been in some near tornadoes and stuff, and a hurricane in no walk in the park. It's just as bad, if not worse. And I just take it seriously. I guess what I'm trying to say. Don't take it for granted.
People forget about the beginning or the prior to the storm as well, because there's already tornadoes being spawned from this already, and it's real easy for a storm to produce tornadoes, because all tornadoes is a funneling of heat rising, right? Mm-hmm. So anytime there's a mass temperature change, like tomorrow, I mean, we're going to go from being 90 degrees to being 71. I mean, you talking that's a drastic change, right? So yeah, it could cause all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I thought it was Hugo. I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
I'm not showing age. Oh,
that's all right. I got you beat. I was married to the first wife back then.
Wow. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, had 2 Rugrats. So, but yeah, I remember Hugo. That was bad news. But just take it seriously. That's all I'm saying. Just don't take it for granted. if you happen to be somewhere where the hurricane's going to be, or if you have, be on the fringe or whatever, you make the choice whether you want to ride it out or not. Just be smart, be safe. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
And
you gotta prepare. I mean,
yeah.
Any of y'all that's listening to Florida right now, either get the hell out, or I hope you got what you need, because it's about to get ugly.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be pretty at all, and you're already getting rain from it.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it's supposed to make landfall tomorrow?
I think so.
Tomorrow night, I think.
Yeah, if it continues on its current track, I think you're correct.
Yeah, and this is a slow storm, guys. I think last time I looked, it was moving at 12 miles per hour. So you imagine a storm that can cover a whole state moving at 12 miles per hour. There'll be no relief in sight for a long time.
No, and the thing is, because Florida's so narrow of a state, is this kind of just dragging its ass across Florida? It's sucking up power off the two, the Atlantic and the Gulf. It's sucking moisture off those two to keep it, kind of energized.
Right.
And,
well, see, that left side, that's what I was talking about earlier. That's the draw side. It's going to be in that warm water of the Gulf.
Yep, that's right.
It's going to keep on drawing it in. And the water temperature is like 80-something degrees down. That's just fuel conditions for a hurricane.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, there's no cross storms coming across the U.S. and all that area too to kind of slam into it either. So it's just getting all free moisture, free heat, everything that it needs just to continue to batter. So, I mean, it's gonna be wild. I've done what I'm not going to tell y'all exactly where I live at, but not as concerned as many should be. But things are in place. Things are as they need to be, as best as the ability will allow. So, with that being said, there's a good chance Thursday's live may not happen.
Right.
We'll play it by ear. How about that?
Rolling that out there. We'll play it by ear.
Yeah. Me and you will have figured out just how far down the rabbit hole you are about midday, probably. Oh.
I might be seeking shelter elsewhere.
Either getting the John boat and heading to high ground.
I'm going to head to IGA.
Well, there you go.
State's
nothing wrong with
half off when the power's out.
That's right.
Get them before you got fish for them. So, well, I think most of us are. There you go. She said, "Get you a floaty."
Get you a floaty.
Yeah, could you see me out there with a couple swimmies on my arm?
Oh, hell with that. Get your damn jet ski and just ride into the IGA. You don't remember the movie they did that in?
Yeah. That
was awesome, man.
I could see me strolling up and down damn aisles of IGA on a damn Sea-Doo.
Hey. Well, I need some Frosted Flakes.
get dog food and some Vienna sausages. And,
well, I'm saying, man. I mean, go and do it right.
Yeah.
Damn swimming.
Yeah.
Get your Fruit Loops. Here.
Swimming and hepatitis is for chumps.
Oh man.
Man. I just hope that if it does get pretty bad in my area, that all the idiots will stay in the house, stay home. For some reason, people want to drive it, and it must be a country thing. The power goes out, and I'm guilty of it. Power goes out, you jump in a vehicle, and you ride to see where the hell it's down at, right? Yeah.
Not a country thing, brother.
I do that. I'm guilty.
It's the same thing here.
I tell you what, though,
snowing, whatever.
You can see down the power line from one part of my property. It was when we had that big freeze storm. I don't know if you remember that a few years back. So the power went out. The limbs went down on two different spots, but they fixed the furthest one away.
Right.
And I can see like 10 transformers in a straight line down through here. So they kick the power on. Our lights flicker, right? And then I'm looking down through there, and these things are blowing up like napalm. I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Just one after the other, boom, boom. I was like, holy shit.
Hun, unplug everything.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was wild.
It's a heck of a show, though.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Extremely loud. Extremely
Oh, yeah.
loud. Big fireball. So those of you that are not aware of what a transformer has in it, it has a oil in it, right? So when they blow up, it looks like a big, just catastrophic firework with flames that land everywhere. Yeah. And they're a lot bigger than you think they are, too.
Yes, they are. And they're loud. They'll make your ears ring.
Yeah, that was interesting, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was cool at first, and then I was like, fuck, the power's going to be out for like 2 more days.
Yeah, that's the bad thing about it. It's like we said, you got to be prepared. Can't put everything on ice. That shit ain't gonna work.
No, it's definitely not.
Been there, done that.
I will tell y'all a trick about that. You need several different coolers. Do not store mixed goods in your coolers. So if you're going to have a drink cooler, it needs to be just drinks. Okay.
Yep.
And if you're going to have something that you're going to use a good bit of, it needs to be in a cooler itself. And the stuff you want to stay for a while needs to stay in a cooler that's not going to be open. A cooler doesn't do any good if you keep opening the lid. So y'all see all the commercials. Oh, this is a 7-day cooler. This is a blah, blah, blah. It's a 7-day cooler if you prepped it, pre-cooled it, right? And you leave the lid closed for 7 days.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work like that. You go open it 35 times a day to get you a Bud Light out of there. It's not going to keep ice for 7 days.
No, just think of global warming. That's the ice cap.
Yeah. I wouldn't know any of this information from experience. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. Don't put your beer with your bacon.
No. Mm-mm.
There you go.
Good facts, though. Good facts.
Hurricane readiness, beer and bacon.
That's it. 2 things you got to have. One to put in perspective, and one to make you full.
Staples, man.
That's it. Absolutely. So.
I mean, you can drink hot beer too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I know a guy that all he drank was hot beer. You know why? Nobody ever asked to borrow one.
I knew a guy one time. He wasn't from here. I don't remember if he was from Middle East or Western. And that's the only way he'd drink beer. He would come in a convenience store I worked at, and he wanted a hot beer. He didn't want one out of the cooler. That's the only way he'd drink them. Hey, to each their own, whatever. As long as I wasn't trying to rob a place, I have to dodge bullets and shoot back at him, I was good to go.
Right.
So, because I was in the hood, brother. It's bad when you work in a convenience store and you got a Ruger 9 and a small of your back when you go to work. And you're trying to figure out the best place to hole up if somebody comes in and rob it.
got more Lexan glass in there than folks in prison.
Yeah, they end up putting some of that in because a guy came to rob it. I wasn't there, and the owner and his wife, they're both elderly. They put a gun to his wife's head, grabbed him as he was trying to take the deposit back to the safe, put a gun to him and said, "Give me money." He said, "No, I'm not giving you shit." And they got to scuffling. He shot the owner. Owner lit his ass up. And then I want to say lit the other guy up. They found one of them laying in a yard a block away. There were bullet holes all down the wall. The ice cream cooler had bullet holes in it. I'll never forget that shit. And it still worked. You're going to get an ice cream, and there's damn 380 holes in it.
Must have been Ingersoll.
But
Emerald or whatever.
He lit their ass up, and I think he put the plexiglass in after that. But you were in the hood, buddy.
Well, there's a thing about a gun. If you can't hit the spot, shoot a lot.
Yep. Spray and spray.
Somebody did. I don't know which one of them, but woo. And all the customers ran to the back and got got wedged between the damn beer cooler and the wall to hide so they wouldn't get hit by no bullets. It was a sight.
That's right, Palmetto. Hot beer and Fetty Wap chips.
Palmetto, this predates Fetty Wap. Just saying.
No, that's what's going to be going on in Florida and South Georgia.
Well, they'll be going in other places too, depending.
He said it wasn't a McDonald's.
She's right, though.
It wasn't a McDonald's ice cream machine.
That's right up there with the classic criminal you see when some shit. I'll never forget when everything happened in Katrina, and they're sitting there, and there's all these people walking through, breaking into the damn CVS, stealing the Band-Aids and cotton swabs and eyeliner and beer, whatever the hell else they could find.
Pregnancy test.
Yeah, probably. And the police are just standing there like, fucking, I ain't getting in front of all that shit. And this one guy is wading through the water and he's drinking it. That's no number one right there. That's some Montezuma revenge, and God knows tetanus and whatever the hell else. And this other idiot was carrying a widescreen TV in a box. And I'm going, okay, dude, you have no power. The sumbitch has been, but you think deal to go ahead and steal that bitch and get it home. What are you going to use it for? A boat anchor?
Surfboard.
What? I mean, the mentality of the common thief during a natural disaster in an urban area is nothing but just straight up entertainment if you don't happen to be at ground zero, because the dumb shit they do. I mean, let's rob the CVS because that's going to help us through the hurricane.
Hell yeah.
Or better yet,
cases of fucking vitamin C,
Well, they weren't stealing none of that shit. They were stealing dumb shit. I mean, they would be the ones to go get the soggy ass cigarettes and think they could resell them. These are some dumbasses. I mean, you can't make this idiocy up. Well, I mean, we shouldn't be surprised because that's your standard Democrat voter.
Well, here's the thing. Good and damn well you got several of them down there now Google mapping all the fucking targets. All of them.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to hit them bitches on day one.
Oh, they'll hit them bitches before the hurricane even gets there.
That's
if
why
they think the police are tied up doing something, we're going to get in there and get us some.
They're going to steal all the medium shirts and all the left shoes.
That's why you need rooftop Koreans, man. You need them in every town.
Hey, bro.
They're going to go down through there. Like at the shoe store, they got one shoe sitting out there, right?
Right.
None of them's matching, none of them same size. They just going to scoop them all up and run out. They get in the car and they got a fucking Adidas and a Feli, both of them left foot. One's a size 9 and one's a damn 11 and a half or some shit.
But that's right up the alley, dude. They'll be the ones going into Best Buy that's 3 feet underwater and get all the Xboxes. It's the same motherfuckers, same ones.
Man, they don't even need a hurricane to damn loot, man.
Yeah, but when they loot during a natural disaster, that's when the real stupid ones come out.
Yeah.
I mean, Puma, he's right. That's when they get uptown and go up into the damn. So, but yeah, I mean,
Damn Pumas.
I mean, I always thought if it was a bad situation, okay, if I'm having to go out there and forage, loot, whatever the hell I'm having to do, I guess because I'm a law-abiding citizen with a moral compass that works, if I've got to go sink to that level where I've got, shit has gotten that bad where I'm having to go all damn, Josie Wales on the shit, so I pull up in a Walmart, I'm not going in there for damn health and beauty aids and damn condoms and beer and all that shit. Normally I go after ammo, but Walmart drank the woke juice and that ain't gonna happen. Not unless you got a 22 or a damn 30-06, maybe.
Fucking box of details.
So I'm gonna go for things I might need: flashlights, batteries, canned food, shit like that, because no one's gonna bother with canned shit because they might have to open it. They'll be going after the bags of damn flaming hot Cheetos, cases of beer.
True, you
any-
can't open it with a vape pen.
Well, all the tobacco products are gone. Every fucking electronic that's gone. Any kind, I don't know if they get music or not. They'll get all of the pharmacy shit. They'll break into the pharmacy, steal everything. But your average criminal, the thing is, they'll break in there and get like Viagra and shit and forget to get the Oxy. Because either they can't read or not paying attention. And I'll just be in there. I'll be grabbing up my shit and going my merry way, because I'll be virtually alone in the aisle. They'll be on the other end of the damn store stealing everything. Well, I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're right. They'll be stealing fucking bicycles in 5 foot of water.
And fucking basketballs. Saxman, tell me I'm wrong. In our Walmart, dude?
Yeah.
We could roll the fuck up in there with our car, and there won't be nobody on our side of the damn store, because they'll be on the other end, dude. They'll probably try to steal fucking lawnmowers. That's how stupid they are. I mean, damn, we need to be able to sell some of these lawnmowers, make us some money, because we'll get these right now. Doesn't matter, you ain't got no damn food at home, and got the 14 baby's kids at the house. They're gonna be hungry. You just want to get you damn lawnmower so you can pawn that son of a bitch, or steal you a good TV so you can watch Yo MTV Raps or whatever the fuck it is you want it for. Doesn't matter so much submerged in water, or you ain't got no electricity.
I can see the Facebook Marketplace ad now.
Slightly used.
2023 Poland 48-inch cut, just washed. New blade service.
Yep.
Pay no attention to the milky looking oil in it. That's normal. That's the break-in period.
That's it.
Wow.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's you're going to have the people out there. Like I said, if it came down to it was serious, I guess my idea of what me and my family need is totally different from what these ass clowns think.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're sitting there opening up a damn can of Beanie Weenies, surviving, and they're watching water drip out of a fucking 70-inch TV on the wall. I mean,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And smoking a damn Black and Mild while they're doing it, and wonder why it won't stay lit because the son bitch was submerged in water.
Wood filtered. That's right.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, you forgot they're gonna be counting all their left shoes.
Well, yeah, they'll have those too, but they won't be able to wear none of them because it'll be wet.
Shit.
Oh, just saying.
Well, look at it this way: it'll be the fastest shopping ever done Walmart.
This is true. In and out, man.
Bruh, I believe the Warthog will fit through 2 of them doors.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think we can ride that bitch through there, and since it's got a lift kit on it, we should be all right.
You can
Top
go
shelf all the way.
Feel free to go on either side because nobody else pays any attention to the enter and exit sign. So
Nope.
whichever way you want to go.
We could tap that bad boy with the Warthog and just pull down the aisle we need and keep right on trucking.
Yeah, but I can see them now. I can see people running out of a damn store with a damn TV. And you're like, hey, man, don't do that. And they're like, nah, they fucking owe me this. Fucking hurricane hit my goddamn house. They owe me this shit.
Okay, well, let me know when you get your electricity turned back on and, the transistors dropping that bitch. If you want to short it out first, trying to run power to it while it's still wet, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Or start a house fire because the thing shorts out and catches your shack on fire, and then all your shit burns down. You don't have insurance. That'd be par for the course too.
Yep. Just so y'all are aware, meth is very, very flammable. Throw that out there.
Damn.
True.
Oh, so let's go back to the cooking thing real quick, before we cut this thing off. So a couple of things you can get, and I mentioned, kindling, charcoal, stuff like that. Go to the camping section and get you some canned heat.
Yeah. Sterno.
Yes, I mean they've got those things that go for hours. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
your normal small size cans, I think they're an hour or 90 minutes or something like that. Really, really efficient. Really, really efficient. Get you some of those, a couple of them, cast iron pan. You can cook up some stuff. Trust me.
Another thing too. Go ahead and finish, brother.
Well, then the main thing we left off, is first aid kits. Make sure you have first aid kits available. Check your medicine. Make sure you have medicine to sustain you for a month. All right. I know it's probably not going to be a month, but you never know. It's hard to predict what's going to happen. The main thing is you're going to lose power. You're going to lose waterworks. You're going to lose ability for all of that stuff. So cleanliness and health is going to be number one, right? And then, of course, rations and water. So you need to take care of all those and get that in place. I don't know how many people's watching that are from Florida or whatever, but if any of them happens to watch this, we've got 356 subscribers now, so somebody's very likely to be from there.
Yep.
I wish y'all the best. I do.
We'll be praying for you.
Yeah, be safe. I mean, get what you need now. Like I said, if you're prepping now, it's probably too late because I think I already seen it. The aisles are empty already. There's no bread, no water, no milk. People have already stripped them. And the thing is, there's not going to be any supply trucks heading that way.
No.
I mean,
if you can get it, get it. Get what you can. If you've got you can always boil water if you have to. What I was going to mention in closing too, if you need something to start a fire, we have a way to start your charcoal grill or whatever. Get an old toilet paper roll and go out your dryer, get the lint, pack the lint in that toilet paper roll, and that'll start you a fire. You can light that. And you don't, I mean, I'll make them, I'll stuff them, and I'll put them in Ziplocs and just save them to have them for later. I've got bags of them.
Yep.
Great fire starters, and they're free. So just think about that. Simple stuff like that will help you. It can save your life.
You could, and you can go a little further. You can go with the, cotton balls and Vaseline. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good fire starter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just simple things like it's cheap. It's cheap. I mean, you can get a thing of Vaseline for $1, right? Pretty big tub, and it only takes a little bit. And you can get a bag of cotton balls for $1. You've got enough fire starter for, I don't know, 50, 60 fires to start.
Yeah.
For $2. You don't need to go in there and buy those fancy starter matches and all that good stuff. Just get whatever you can. But,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we stayed kind of on topic tonight. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad. I don't think we ran too many people off. People might actually learn something. There's some input.
A little bit.
Yes, Crisco will work as well.
Yeah, any oil base will work as well. Anything you can get a small spark to and ignite it, it'll work pretty good. Even if it's smoldering and smoking, it'll still start a fire. So,
yeah, I mean, just get what you can, and that way you've got something to fall back on. I mean, you just never know, and sometimes things get bad enough where the only people you can rely on is you and yours for a little while. So,
and I'm about to go back to the old hunter safety course. This is old school. Cheetos are very, very flammable.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Very, very flammable. A couple of those to get you a good fire going.
And I was thinking earlier from, summertime, we still have citronella, that oil, that you put in your tiki torches.
Yeah.
Of course, you wouldn't want to do that inside, but or too much anyway. But yeah, that stuff is that'll light you up.
Yeah, and
And
that's
it
a
stays
slow,
lit for
slow
forever.
burn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good deal. Good deal. Well,
Okay.
Saxon, let's go ahead and leave them with some knowledge there, buddy.
Well, man. I guess in just be safe out there, guys. Yeah, if you like everybody's been saying, now is probably past the time to be prepping. Should have been doing it a long time ago. But we'll be praying for you out there in Florida.
Absolutely.
What you got for them, T?
Just to hinge off what Saxman said, like I said, pay attention. We all know that hurricanes kind of tricky. They can get an attitude and do all kinds of crazy shit last minute. Don't take it for granted. Don't ignore it. Stay on top of it. And get what you can if you already have it. Hopefully this thing will pass. It won't be too bad, but don't assume it will be. The other thing I would say too is, stay aware of what's going on. Keep your head on a swivel. Pay attention to what's going on locally. Pay attention to what's going on nationally, because once this hurricane's gone, you still got all this other crazy nonsense going on around us. And we all know that the people in charge like to use one thing to keep us focused while they do something over here. So keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes on the prize. And other than that, thanks for being here and be safe.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to jump right here on James's non-dairy creamer. That is flammable. He's probably going to know what I'm talking about when I say you can take Tannerite, toilet paper, and powdered creamer and have a really, really good time. But anyway, we'll talk about that on another episode. Keep in mind, though, non-dairy creamer is flammable, but like Splenda and stuff like that, do not use like Splenda. That's not flammable. That's explosive. Just a warning. Just letting y'all know. I don't know why I know that. I'm just saying. But anyway, and it's pretty cheap, dude. But anywho, yeah, y'all be safe. Any of y'all in Florida, prayers go out to you. I'm hoping that this thing turns to the right a little bit, at least give a little bit of relief. If not, and you're choosing to stay, hope you'll be fine and make it back here next Tuesday, because we'll be waiting on you. We'd like to hear from you. But anyway, that's all we got tonight. Good show. Appreciate you guys coming on, Saxman and T, as always. And everybody out there in the chat, I appreciate y'all giving us your undying support. We'll be here for you. Y'all keep stopping by. You may also have sulfur. Yeah. All right, but that's all I got. Y'all take care. I'm not even going to leave it with the closing statement that I normally use, because this is a more serious situation. But anyway, y'all stay safe. And if you want to be protected from the hurricane, you can get your vaccine and you'll be good. And, we'll talk to y'all later. She was 13 and I was 30. She helped me a lot. We got to talk about that video.
Oh.
See y'all later.
Night, everybody.
Good night.